This show is produced by the Hartman Media Company. For more information and links to all our great podcasts, visit hartmanmedia.com.
Welcome to the AIPIS show for accredited income property investment specialists and those who aspire to be. If you're a real estate, mortgage, or financial professional, this is the place for you. We'll explore innovative investment analysis, sales, marketing, and income-generating strategies for the most historically proven wealth creator, income property. Learn from the experts as they show you how to build a better business and a better life.
Hey, I'm here with my good friend Julia, and she is an expert in tax lien and tax deed investing. She will be speaking at our Savannah, Georgia Venture Alliance Mastermind event, and I'm really excited about this one because I learned about tax lien and tax deed investing way back in about 1997. And as many of you know, I started investing in tax liens and tax deeds back in around 2005. I got ripped off. I got ripped off pretty badly by a company. Don't want that to happen to you. So we have made the focus of this next upcoming Venture Alliance Mastermind retreat on May 17th in Savannah, Georgia, on tax lien and tax deed investing. You know, some of my friends have done very, very well with this. In fact, Julia, you know, you don't even know this story, but a friend of mine bought an incredible property years ago in Aspen, Colorado, a very high-end area, and got a tax sale deal that I would argue changed his entire life. It was incredible how good the deal was. I mean, it was a big property. He bought it for a song. So tell us a little bit about this. And, you know, one of the things I think that's important for people to understand is it's not just about going out there and recklessly bidding and, you know, trying to make money. Of course, everybody wants to make money, but it's designing a strategy that's right for the investor. Different locations, different geographies offer different kinds of deals. Tax liens and tax deeds are two different things, right? Tell us a little bit about this.
Tax liens and tax deeds, obviously you're buying different things. And there's hybrid states, there's states that sell liens, there's states that sell deeds, and then there's states that sell tax lien certificates. And everything has a different strategy when you invest. You kind of have to know beforehand what the timelines are, how much money you're going to have to bring to the table, what your competition is going to be. And once you know all these things and know what your resources are in terms of time, money, and how long you basically have the patience to wait, that's how you then scope out which locations you're going to go into.
Right. Okay.
It's a lot of different pieces going together into the picture.
Tell us about, you had a big success story. I mean, you've had several, but one of them is really remarkable. Tell us about that story where I know you've got a video on that where you bought a house for, what, about $1,000?
Oh, yeah. It's actually right here in Savannah, and that's not the only one. There's several. I bought a whole bunch here, and I show up at these sales. Sometimes nobody bids against me.
Wow.
And so I get the property for the back taxes, which in my case was $800. One time was $1,500, and I did fix the house up a little bit, made it into an Airbnb rental, and it rents for $1,500 to $2,000 a month.
And you bought it for about $1,000?
About $1,500. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
And nobody bid against me. I was the only bidder.
Okay, so you bought a house. You now own it. Well, maybe you've refinanced it. I don't know. But initially, you owned it free and clear. Mm-hmm. And you paid for the house in 1 month.
Yeah.
From rental income. That is extraordinary. That is just extraordinary.
It's my favorite.
People have to be thinking, though, and, you know, there are infomercials on tax sale investing, and, you know, we've all seen them probably. People have to be thinking, you know, what's the catch?
Yeah.
What's the catch? What's the hard part of this?
The hard part is that people think that there's a catch. And they don't put in the effort to actually think about and study the market, study the properties, learn how to do your due diligence. And sometimes they fall on their face. First off, most people don't even believe that it's possible. And then when they do get into it, they just blindly buy whatever. And then they fall on their face and, they lose their money because they might just buy a property that's really not worth anything.
Right.
And then they get out of the market and leave, and that's when I come in and get all the good deals because everybody else is left.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we going to cover at the upcoming retreat? You and I did a very long Skype call where you really took me through like analyzing properties, looking at the online auction. And now this was for tax sales in Florida, looking at them, looking at how to bid, what to bid, whether you should look at a lien or a deed, and distinguishing between the lien, deed, and certificate, the three different items, and then also picking which area you want to do this in. And each municipality, by the way, has different policies as to, when you have to come up with the cash, how you bid. There's definitely some stuff to know on this. What are we going to cover at the retreat?
I can take your participants through my analysis process on a small scale, so we can look at that. I can cover some of the caveats that I always look at to avoid problem properties from the get-go, and kind of just take your participants through the thought process that I utilize that has been successful for me to find the good ones and make a system out of it, kind of fill the pipeline.
Okay, now you mentioned earlier, and I don't know if we mentioned this on the recording or when we were talking for a moment off air, about institutional investors being in this game and some of the auctions being much more competitive than others. Tell us about that.
Well, there's a lot of markets that are there's a lot of desire for real estate. They're just high-end markets like big metropolitan cities, sometimes smaller areas as well. You get banks that come in and just kind of have these really deep pockets and sweep everything off the table. Mm-hmm. But in some states, governments actually coordinate with institutional investors and sell properties in batches only. Mm-hmm. So you as an individual, you couldn't even just go buy one property. You'd have to buy the whole batch of 300 or something, right. And that's not affordable. So what I can cover is some of the states where it's a little bit more beneficial to go into for individual investors, and also some states that probably should stay away from if you want to utilize this strategy.
Okay, good point. Good point. Well, hey, I'll look forward to seeing you there. It's May 17th in Savannah, Georgia, beautiful Savannah, Georgia, which is where you live. It is a really cool town if you have not been to Savannah, folks. Even if you don't care about tax lien investing, just come to Savannah because it's a super cool town. So
it's the best time of the year to come as well before it gets too hot and too humid. It's beautiful right now.
Yeah, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous city. So we look forward to seeing you then. Thanks, Julia.
All right, bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Please be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any episodes. Be sure to check out the show's specific website and our general website, hartmanmedia.com, for appropriate disclaimers and terms of service. Remember that guest opinions are their own, and if you require specific legal or tax advice or advice in any other specialized area, please consult an appropriate professional. And we also very much appreciate you reviewing the show. Please go to iTunes or Stitcher Radio or whatever platform you're using and write a review for the show. We would very much appreciate that. And be sure to make it official and subscribe so you do not miss any episodes. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode.